From Daily Trust News Center, this is the News Hour.
On News Hour tonight, organized labor dares government holds nationwide solidarity protest over prolonged ASUU strike. Abuja Public Schools set to halt academic activities despite the ongoing NECO exams. Ekwerebadu's wife granted bail as senator spends 1 month in detention. And on the foreign scene, 5 protesters killed in anti-UN protests in DR Congo. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Hour. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Now the news in full. The organized labor on Tuesday held protests across the country in solidarity with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, over the lingering strike. ASUU had been on strike for over 4 months, crippling academic activities at the nation's public tertiary institutions. Now, we begin our coverage of the protests from the Southwest region. The report.
In Lagos State, members of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and other affiliate unions converged at Ikeja Underbridge from where they marched to the State House Alausa. Some of the unions present were NUPENG, NASU, ASUU, and the NUT.
Today is an historical occasion. Yes. We are here all making history. We are in the process of reclaiming our country. Solidarity forever.
In Kwara State, the Nigerian Labour Congress and its affiliate unions staged a protest from the Labour House in Ilorin to some major streets in the state capital. The protesters called on the federal government to attend to the needs of the university workers and allow the university system to run seamlessly. Chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Kwara State, Isa Ore, said that the Labour will declare a 3-day strike should the federal government refuse to address the demands of the university workers.
The problem is that there was an agreement between the ASUU and others in the university, between the federal government and the universities for over 2 or 1.5 years now. And up to now, the federal government are yet to implement what they are signed for.
Today, government is practicing what we describe as neoliberalizations of the educational system, making sure that children of the poor will not have access to quality education. And as a symbolic sign, the Nigerian Labour has decided to come and make a voice to support the struggle of ASUU towards ensuring that we have a better educational system in the country.
In Osun State, the protesters moved from the Ogoluwa area of Oshogbo, the state capital, to the State House of Assembly in support of ASUU. Police and operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps stayed with the protesters to prevent a breakdown of law and order.
The significance of this protest is that we want the ills in the educational sector of Nigeria to be corrected. The situation whereby our political actors are sending their children abroad and the children of the poor masses are resident in Nigeria, hoping that they will get better education in Nigeria, is being dashed, is no longer acceptable. It's a no-no. Anybody that is coming to a political office should be ready and be prepared to allow their children to school in Nigeria so that adequate funding will be provided. Adequate funding and equipment will be provided in the various institutions. That is the essence of the protest of today.
Solidarity protests were also held across the north-central region of the country, with affiliate unions joining the Academic Staff Union of Universities to protest the yet-to-be-resolved strike. The report.
Great Nigeria, walk on! And the greatest Nigeria.
In Plateau, the state chapter of NLC and its affiliate unions turned out en masse for protests, which started from Secretariat Junction under the flyover with heavy security presence to the Plateau State House of Assembly, where they were received by the Speaker, Right Honorable Yakubu Sanda.
We just got a letter. We're attending the conference of speakers by next week in Abuja. And collectively with the speakers of Nigeria are taking this headlong because we represent you, you voted us into this office, your plight is ours. If you don't finish your school, there's no how one day you will not take over these offices that we are occupying today. And therefore, it is our responsibility to make a voice. Because we are your voice. We should make a voice. And by the grace of God, we will make a voice.
Some of the protesters who spoke with Trust TV said the protest is necessary and timely, adding that they will not be weary or deterred.
The Nigerian universities have been closed for over 6 months now, and our children, our students, our brothers and sisters have been at home. And millions of naira, we are seeing the politicians spending so much money, yet they continue to say there is no money to fund the educational sector.
I'm very sad about this strike because we've been home for more than 5 months now, and the government is not saying anything about it, which is very wrong. Even the students at home are not enjoying staying at home.
My view about the strike is that it is timely because it appears this is the only language the government understands. Because there are quite a number of demands that ASU is putting before the government, and for a long time they've not been able to implement it.
A similar exercise was also held around major streets in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, by the Academic Staff Union of Universities and other university unions.
We don't want to stay at home, but the Nigerian government has decided that they will listen to us. They are killing education in like the same way they killed primary and secondary education, the same way they have killed all our transport system. They want to kill Nigerian public university system so that the average Nigerian child will not be able to go to school. Today, Nigerians are asking that universities be privatized.
BSU is not on solidarity strike. Okay. We are fully on strike with our national body because we have a full charter of ASU. Anytime the union calls out its members to embark on an action, and we are convinced that that action is what will bring dividends to us, we join.
Also on the streets were members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Nigeria Labour Congress, who both said they can no longer keep mute in the midst of government.
Our issues are straight. We are demanding a new payment platform, U3PS, which we have developed and has presented to government for assessment. We are very optimistic that government will see reason to use our payment platform for university salaries.
And to note that the continuous closure of our institution due to the lingering prolonged ASU strike have greatly affected the emotional, the psychological, the economic and security well-being, not just Nigerian students, but the entire Nigerians from all walks of life.
We are just beginning. What we have done today is to send a signal and to call on His Excellency and all the political leaders in this country to intervene.
The protest, which commenced at the NLC Secretariat in Makurdi, ended at the Benue State Government House, where the Secretary to the State Government, Anthony Ijoho, addresses the protesters on behalf of Governor Samuel Ortom.
I also call on the federal government that each issue of no pay, no work, no pay should be revisited. It doesn't make sense. This strike is not about payment of salaries. No, they have raised many issues.
In Nasarawa, the state chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress, led by its chairman Yusuf Iya, joined the nationwide protest to put pressure on the federal government to expedite action to end the ongoing strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. At the procession, which commenced from Total Filling Station to the Government House Lafia, Iya said the prolonged strike has negatively affected the education sector, with students now vulnerable to vices due to idleness. Receiving the protesters, Governor Abdullahi Sule lauded the leadership of the union as well as members for conducting themselves peacefully and promised to table their issues at the meeting of Governors Forum for prompt intervention.
In the Northwest, the peaceful rallies in solidarity with the Academic Staff Union of University ASU witnessed massive turnout, as the Nigeria Labour Congress in the zone also joined their counterparts across the nation to draw government's attention to the plight of ASU. The report.
In Kaduna State, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Ayuba Suleiman, led the street protest from the Secretariat of the Union to the State Assembly to deliver a letter to the Speaker of the Kaduna State House of Assembly. From Katsina State, the peaceful protest led by the state NLC chairman Hussaini Hamisu Yanduna was also supported by the Nigeria Union of Teachers, Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, and the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Students' unions were not left behind, with most of the members seen carrying various placards with different inscriptions and chanting solidarity songs such as "No lectures, no election." On arrival at the Katsina State House of Assembly complex, the state NLC chairman was received by the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Taisu Megerizango, and some selected members of the Assembly. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly appreciated the peaceful conduct of the protests, giving assurances that the Assembly was strongly behind them.
This district, Mr. Speaker, has manifested in a strike for the past 5 months and has caused a huge cost for the students, the university staff, the government, other stakeholders, and the entire country. The strike, as you already know, is over the non-observance by the government. The agreement is voluntarily entered into with the unions. I try to appeal to you to use your good office and good conscience to get the foreign government to bring out to an end to this strike action.
In Kano, the state NLC chairman Kabiru Ado Minjibir, who led affiliate unions on the Solidarity rally, said they were delivering the message of resolution of the NLC national body to Governor Abdullahi Ganduje to intimate him on the need to intervene to resolve the lingering strike in universities.
And following the federal government's shutdown order, schools within the FCT are preparing to hold academic activities despite the ongoing National Council Examination (NECO) test for senior secondary schools, as well as terminal examinations by other students. Musa Luka tells us more.
Insecurity in Nigeria has been the major challenge for almost all sectors in the country, with education not spared. With the order affecting both public and private secondary schools, education in FCT will be brought to total halt as Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU) has been on strike for over 5 months. This follows intelligent report of threat to some schools within FCT and the attack in Buari area of the Federal Capital Territory. A visit to some schools within FCT revealed that students who ought to be writing NECO were in school but not participating in the exams, while principal officers declined comment. At the junior secondary school Wuse Zone 3, the principal, Olukemi Adebimpe, agreed that the safety of lives comes before education, hence the need to hold academic activities.
The security of the children is more important than what we are, is more important, and that is why the federal government said that all schools should close latest Wednesday, 27th July. By next week, Wednesday, we are supposed to close for the session. So these few days, about let me say about 5 days, it's only 5 days now that we are missing. If we close tomorrow, Wednesday, we are having Thursday, Friday, then Wednesday next week we are supposed to close for the session. So that 5 days cannot affect the school calendar. So everything will be okay, whatever and I don't think anything there's not going to be any adverse effect on the learners, because already we have finished our syllabus, we have finished, it's just for them to write exam, and which the only thing is the stress on the students, because we have to increase the number of subjects they write daily.
While these schools take a break over insecurity, one question that Nigeria are asking is what will government do differently to change the security situation before the students resume to school? Musa Luka, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now to security matters, where about 36 residents in Millennium City, Chukwu local government area of Kaduna State, have been kidnapped. According to eyewitness reports, the incident happened on Monday evening, where the terrorists moved from house to house unabated. It was reported that the alleged kidnappers later abducted some residents. There is no official comment from the security authorities as at the time of this report. However, Daily Trust correspondent reports that the police were at the scene to assess the situation. Could be recalled that about a month ago, 7 residents of the same community were kidnapped, including a man, his wife, and their 2 housemates. The Nigerian Army has confirmed that 3 soldiers were killed during the attack on troops of 7 Guards Battalion on Sunday by suspected terrorists in Buari axis of the Federal Capital Territory. Contrary to conflicting media reports of casualties, the Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, Guards Brigade, Captain Godfrey Abakpa, said the troops recorded 3 casualties in the encounter. He told press reporters that no soldier was missing in action or abducted by the terrorists, adding that the casualties had been evacuated. He also said the troops had dislodged the criminals from the area and had continued exploitation operations into the area. Meanwhile, Kogi State has lost 2 military officers when terrorists reportedly attacked soldiers attached to the Brigade of Guards troops in Buari, Abuja. Lieutenant Ibrahim Suleiman and Captain Samuel Atta were killed in the attack. While late Lieutenant Ibrahim Suleiman hails from Oko in Olamaboro local government, late Captain Samuel Atta was from Ibaji local government. Messages of condolences have been pouring into the families of the slain soldiers. Sympathizers were reported to have been trooping into the family house of retired Colonel Suleiman Amodu at Okbo in Olamaboro local government area over the loss of his lieutenant son. Leaders of the Fulani community in Edo have reacted to an alleged onslaught on Fulani settlements in parts of the state, following a recent marching order from the government to security agencies to rid the state of criminal elements, particularly the killer herdsmen in the forest. Trust TV correspondent Nefisa Bello completes the story.
Expressing dissatisfaction over the development, the chairman, Edo State Cattle Dealers Association, Alhaji Ahmed Sahad, and the Sarikin Fulani, Alhaji Muhammad Sousa, said they are not aware of any marching order by the state government to quit Fulanis from Edo land, adding that the information got to them from their kinsmen in parts of the state that security operatives are raiding their camps and settlements, attacking innocent herdsmen, destroying and killing their cows under the guise of tackling insecurity.
That's the truth. I can't say government give a free notice. They are no place that. But the information we get from the Fulani, they came, some vigilantes, they always attack them. Maybe shoot their cows, shoot even the people. All we are Nigerians.
We the Fulanese have spent more than 50 years here. We have never encountered this kind of problem. We are innocent, but we just heard that they are attacking Fulanese. Even if they want us to go, due process has to be followed.
Reacting to the alleged atrocities committed by security operatives, the image maker of the Edo State Police Command, SP Chidin Wabuzo, told newsmen that no one has come to lodge complaint, though there was actually a marching order by the state government.
To complain that his cow was killed. I only know of the marching order following a security meeting with the police and other heads of security services with the then acting governor of the state, telling the security operatives to go into the forest and ensure that all manner of criminal elements are weeded out of the forest.
Recall that residents of some communities in Edo State have over time raised alarm over security challenges, which has led to their inability to have access to their farmlands, as their major occupation is farming. Nafisa Bello, Trust TV News, Benin.
Meanwhile, the police in Gombe State has intercepted over 500 cattle suspected to have been stolen by a caravan of suspected rustlers. The animals, which include 483 cows, 186 sheep and rams, and 3 donkeys, were believed to have been taken from Plateau, Bauchi, and Taraba states. Ibrahim Ismail now reports.
18 suspects are being held after being apprehended with these animals, while an unspecified number of the rustlers have fled with motorcycles. The cattle originating from Plateau, Bauchi, and Taraba state were intercepted by the police based on intelligence that some stolen cows were en route to the state.
Based on credible intelligence that suspected cattle rustlers have rusted over 500 cows from Plateau, Bauchi, and Taraba states in large numbers and heading towards Gombe through Bauchi axis. Police tactical teams, in collaboration with vigilante group and local hunters, mobilized and trailed the rustlers where they were intercepted around Kalmai Junction in Biliri, local government of Gombe State.
Gombe State authorities are profiling prospective owners of the animals in collaboration with governments of Plateau, Bauchi, and Taraba State. At the community level, the Wakilin Fulani in Tangale, Yaya Abba, is giving assurances that the process of identifying real owners of stolen cows has commenced.
No, the state government will not relent its effort in ensuring that after proper profiling of the owners of these cows, their cows has been released to them. But then that could be after profiling, because we don't want to have a kind of a mix-up.
Nobody, no criminal will have it easy in Gombe State, no matter who you are. The government is not going to sit down and watch you come and break down of law and order in Gombe State. No. From the local government to the top, everybody knows that there must be security, there must be peace before any other development can take place.
Everyone will give details of his cow. Each family has a unique number on his cow, which is known. We will verify and ask the security to return them to the owners. Police have recovered 3 rifles, 320 rounds of live ammunition, 14 empty magazines, and 3 cutlasses. Also recovered were 4 motorcycles and the sum of 994,000 naira in cash and mobile phones. I don't know the owners of these guns, but I was asked to keep one. It was not mine. Somebody gave it to me. We are from Taraba.
There has been security concern in some other parts of the country, like the Northwest, with the issue of banditry and kidnapping. And people in the Northeast are concerned that maybe some of the bandits that were being chased away by security will be migrating to Northeast. The good thing is the Gombe State security outfit were able to intercept the cows and the suspected bandits. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
18 suspects are being...
You're watching Trust TV News Hour. And still to come on the news, meeting demand gaps for eggs and meat. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay with us.
Nigerians, elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that false message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dssPR@dss.gov.ng. This message is from the Department of State Services, DSS.
That's great.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Hour. Now a recap of our top stories. Organised labour dares government holds nationwide solidarity protest over prolonged ASUU strike. And Abuja public schools set to halt academic activities despite ongoing NECO exams. And moving on to other news now. Ahead of the Sunday 31st July deadline for the continuous voter registration exercise across the country, prospective registrants are lamenting shortage of personnel and machines, among other anomalies at registration centres within the Federal Capital Territory. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu, who visited some newly created centres in the FCT, reports that registrants fear that they may not be captured before the suspension of the CVR exercise, as more people try to use the last few days to get registered. The report.
The last-minute rush that comes with the news of suspension of the CVR exercise has also come with a surge that is almost overwhelming for INEC officials and security operatives. Prospective registrants complain of unfair treatment by officials and worry that this may end with the unfortunate news of them not being able to be captured within the last few days.
Look at the whole population, the population of more than 200 people. You can see only 2 laptops. It's one person is doing registration, the other person is doing capturing. And the person is not even sitting down on his chair. He will be stuck sitting, go and buy granite outside, go and sit down, go and make up. They are not serious.
I've been here for 1 week trying to struggle to register. I told you this thing. Most people have been here since 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They haven't done theirs. I said it's based on familiarity now.
To address some of the challenges, the INEC FCT Resident Electoral Commissioner Yahya Bello at an earlier press conference had noted that since the initial extension of the deadline, the Commission had created more centers, mobilized more machines and personnel.
He approved, extra personnel to man these machines, and also approved that we open so many other centers so that it will ease the congestion.
But to these registrants, the situation remains the same.
We'll be there since so though. Some people will just come in with their convoy, they'll let them in. And we don't know how it's happening. Okay, they said they want to start with the list. We wrote our names. Okay, let's do it orderliness. Before you know, they'll open the gate for people with convoy, they'll go in. And the rest, you see them start voting, they're out. They'll start doing their voters card for them, they're out. The registration center close to our area, they have been there and they are not more working there. And people that have been going there, they say the crowd is too much and the machines are few. Okay, look at us now that we are here. How can one person be attending to 500 people?
We, since morning, some people left their work, left everything.
just have to just sacrifice a day. My own is not even a day, 1 week. Kubwa, no. Duse, no. Central area, they have to divert that waiting now. Even the fuel itself, they increase it, but yet we are still blowing left and right.
The CVR exercise, in spite of the many challenges, continues till its suspension on the 31st of July 2022. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Nasarawa State has said that the party has joined forces with the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, to wrestle power from the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, in the state in the forthcoming general elections. The state chairman of the PDP, Francis Orogu, disclosed this in an interview with newsmen shortly after a meeting with party-critical stakeholders in Lafia. He said the aim of the stakeholders' meeting was on how to strategize to come out victorious in the 2023 general elections. He, however, urged party stakeholders and supporters to work tirelessly to ensure the victory of the party.
Today, we decided to meet with not just the elders chairman in each local government, the chairman of elders forum in each local government and that of the state. We met with all the local government chairmen of the party, and we met with all our candidates, including His Excellency the Governor candidate, governorship candidate, and his deputy, to strategize on how to approach the election coming up 2023, and to discuss the issue of the party, the development within the party, and the progress made so far after the primaries of all the candidates. And I think we have exhausted and taken a positive position that we believe coming 2023, the exit door for A. Sule and his team.
And still talking politics, the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, is urging law enforcement agencies to investigate and prosecute financial crimes perpetrated during the just concluded party primaries across the country. Katsina State NNPP Chairman Sani Mkwani said the two largest political parties in the country are both guilty of compromising the electoral process. Abdullahi Yamadi has details.
The NNPP leadership is calling for the cancellation of both the APC and PDP national conventions and the disqualification of all candidates who participated in the process.
Because that people get at the center, they are the one who control military, armed forces in general. They are the one who are supposed to apply law to control the situation. Mr. President is responsible for all this. He is the chief law enforcement officer. He is supposed to protect our laws and our constitution. He is supposed to act in accordance with the rules and regulations.
The police, DSS, and the EFCC is also being urged to go beyond this to arrest and prosecute delegates and all those who organized the party primaries in Nigeria.
In the presence of his people, the EFCC, ICPC, and all other relevant agencies responsible for crimes control and prevention. These things happened in their presence, and as if nothing happened.
The NNPP is worried by the way the process was bluntly undermined and its impact on the future of Nigeria's democracy, the constitution, and the electoral laws.
The federal government was asked to declare state of emergency. So it was federal government that was asked to declare state of emergency on the mentioned state or in the mentioned states. But for now, it is a federal level. And as a main opposition party, like he indicated, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to do it. And like he said, we are going to make the state a better state.
It is disheartening that the raw display of opulence coincides with a critical moment of insecurity, hunger, and abject poverty. The NNPP is disturbed that the political actors are daily mortgaging the country in the face of closure of tertiary institutions for months, while critical government functions have been relegated to the background. The NNPP is also therefore calling on some state assemblies in the northwestern Nigeria to start impeachment processes to remove governors who failed to secure the lives and property of their citizens. Abdullahi Ismail Ahmadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
And now to legislative matters, where the Senate has received a formal request from President Muhammadu Buhari to confirm the nomination of Justice Olukayode Ariwoola as the new Chief Justice of Nigeria. The request was contained in a letter and read by the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, at the start of Tuesday's plenary. The report.
President Buhari requested the upper chamber to confirm 19 nominees as resident electoral commissioners for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The confirmation request to the upper chamber was contained in a letter read on the floor by Senate President Ahmed Lawan during Tuesday's plenary. President Buhari in the letter said the request for the confirmation of the nominees was in accordance with the provision of Section 154, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, explained that the nomination of 5 resident electoral commissioners is for renewal, while the other 14 are fresh appointments.
Dear distinguished Senate President, confirmation of appointment of 19 resident electoral commissioners for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in accordance with the provisions of Section 154, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the underlisted names of 19 nominees as resident electoral commissioners appointed for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
And the leadership of the House of Representatives on Tuesday said there was no plan by the Northern Caucus to impeach the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, should he fail to support the controversial Water Resources Bill as alleged by an online publication. The Northern Caucus Chairman, Seriki Ada, who disclosed this at plenary, insisted that at no time did the caucus hold any meeting for impeachment against the Speaker. The report.
The controversial Water Resources Bill was reintroduced in the House on the 29th of June 2022. There are insinuations that the reintroduction of the bill is a bad move as it lends credence to suspicion by Nigerians that a wicked plan has been hatched to deprive Nigerians of their indigenous land and resources and make them open to herdsmen or jihadists. The Northern Caucus leader, Seriki Ada, under matter of personal explanation at plenary, described the report as mischievous and malicious.
Let me make it very categorical here. Members of the Northern Caucus, one, we are patriotic, we are united, we don't have any discrimination. In the North, we are not monolithic. We have various shapes of people within us. We have Christians and Muslims, and we have people from various tribes across the entire northern region. So I wonder how a bill of a nature of a water bill will come, and we decided on the basis of region, tribe, or religion.
Deputy Speaker Idris Wase, who presided, refuted the report and immediately referred the matter to the Committee on Ethics for investigation.
And I do not think it is necessary. Whoever that is planting this story will end as his doorstep. We shall remain focused, committed to the cause of Nigeria and in the interest of our country.
Miffed by the report, the leadership of the House immediately condemned it in its entirety at a press briefing.
I also want to rise before you and before Nigerians to say, without any fear of contradiction, that such publication or such video transmitted electronically or otherwise was only malicious. It was baseless, mischievous, and unfounded.
In a simple language, there is nothing like any threat to impeach Mr. Speaker. Secondly, the issue of a bill or no bill hasn't even been brought before us on the floor for consideration. Thirdly, it is also not true that there is any attempt to put in a supplementary order paper for the sake of considering whatever bill that you may call it.
Chairman, House Rules and Business, Honorable Abubakar Fulata, also exonerated the Speaker and explained how House businesses are conducted.
Whenever there is a bill, nobody, including the presiding officers, the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, leadership, or the Chairman House Committee on Rules of Business has the power to impose anything on the House.
The controversial water bill has been passed by Senate and is awaiting concurrence by the House of Representatives.
Beatrice Ekweremadu, wife of former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, has been granted bail after appearing at the Old Bailey in the United Kingdom. Common Sergeant of London, George Richard Marks, confirmed that he had granted bail to Beatrice under some fairly stringent conditions, but had refused bail to her husband. The Ekweremadus were arrested in the UK on the 21st of June after flying in from Turkey to Heathrow. Beatrice is charged with arranging or facilitating travel of another person with a view to exploitation under the Modern Slavery Act 2015, while her husband is charged with the conspiracy to arrange or facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting. The couple are due to appear at the Old Bailey on August 4th. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Osun State Command, has arrested a 40-year-old man for allegedly defrauding 4 people in the state to the tune of 570,000 naira. The commandant of the NSCDC in the state, Sunday Agbola Adisa, said the arrest followed reports from victims of his fraudulent act. The NSCDC commandant said investigations revealed that the suspect truly defrauded the complainant and ensured that he will be charged to court.
It was reported by the public to us that the man duped them, and our men swung to action and they ensured that he was caught and brought to our office for further investigation, and he has confessed to commit the offense.
How many people?
4 people. 4 people.
12?
4 people.
How much?
570,000.
Okay, tell us why you decided to do that.
I am not happy of what I have done, and I'm very disappointed in myself. So there's nothing I can say here that can justify my actions. Then I'm regret of my actions.
The Central Bank of Nigeria says Nigeria is the largest producer of eggs and is the second largest producer of chicken meat in Africa. Nevertheless, it is not meeting up with the demand for eggs and meat. The governor of the central bank, Godwin Emefiele, revealed this during the official commissioning of an integrated commercial poultry farm in Ilorin, Kwara State. Emefiele said the gap had led to the importation of unhealthy frozen chicken into the country. The report.
To correct the situation, the central bank has initiated programs to partner with stakeholders to ensure local production and breeding of chicken.
Chicken meat in Africa. Demand gap for eggs and meat stands at an outstretched currently and at an outstretched current supply by 1.2 million metric tons and 140,000 metric tons for meat and eggs respectively. Over the years, this demand gap has driven the smuggling of unhealthy frozen chicken into the country. To close this gap, the Central Bank of Nigeria has introduced various intervention schemes focused on boosting poultry production, creating decent jobs, fostering innovation in the poultry subsector. One of such schemes is the tertiary institutions.
The Kwara State government assured of its readiness to support and collaborate with others in the agriculture sector, ensure healthy meat and eggs consumption. The Olofa of Ofa challenged the agricultural sector to come up with research on how to produce and deliver healthy chicken.
Exciting to note that Kwara State is committed to maintain conducive environment for agriculture and particularly for livestock production.
We are reiterating the support of our administration in livestock production in Ilorin.
This project will further compel our scholars to dive deeper into researching more sustainable ways to improve the value chain. The scholars' invention could prove to be the panacea to combat and defeat various challenges faced in delivering quality protein to Nigeria. From a nutritional point of view, chicken meat and egg provide highly quality protein and important vitamins and minerals for healthy living. Likewise, the economic importance, if harnessed properly, can contribute significantly to the GDP of our nation.
Adding that Nigerian poultry subsector is a trillion-naira industry with huge potentials for individuals and national socio-economic development that must not be neglected.
The National Youth Service Corps members have been charged to shun divisive tendencies and keep promoting the tenets of national unity. NYSC Director General Brigadier General Muhammad Fada gave the charge at NYSC Orientation Camp in Ede, Osun State during the swearing-in of the 2022 Batch B Stream 2 Corps members. Hamid Oegbadi filed in this report as presented from our studio.
The 1,300 corps members deployed to Osun, comprising 600 males and 700 females, were sworn in by Justice Ganiat Lawal, who represented the Chief Judge of Osun State, Justice Adeleke Ojo. Represented by NYSC Director in Osun State, Olayinka Abdul Wahab, the NYSC Director General, Brigadier General Muhammad Fada, warned corps members to shun cultism and other vices. Abdul Wahab, who warned corps members to avoid using social media to spread fake news, charged them to shun divisive tendencies and keep promoting the tenets of national integration and unity.
The objective of NYSC is to promote unity and integration. And that NYSC is doing through bringing in youths, graduate youths from different backgrounds, as in religion, ethnicity, states, and then from different backgrounds.
Some of the corps members from the northern part of the country, who said they were afraid to come to the southwest initially, said they now feel comfortable in Osun and thanked the NYSC for promoting national unity.
The time I saw my call letter to Osun, I am afraid because I don't even going to north at that time. But when I read the Osun State, I saw the Osun very, very clear. Condition is very good. The environment also very good. I am very happy to be here for 1 year.
Before, I'm not happy, but when I reach here, I'm very, very happy. Because the place is very nice and very comfortable. I'm very happy to be in Osun State.
I came to Osun and the environment is really good. We had a good time. Osun State, they have one of the best weather in the country and the people are very welcoming.
You're all still watching Trans TV News Hour. The news continues after this break. Do stay with us.
Trans TV.
documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Hour. Now, as the digital age continues to grow and thrive, people around the world are becoming more dependent on the internet. Nigerians are not exempt from this dynamic, as this has thrown up the question, can life as we know it function without internet access? Chamun Dabeng takes a look.
There is no question about it. Since the advent of the internet, life has become easier. Through the internet, information is more readily available, while at the click of a link, people can buy groceries, make connections, and even access money from the comfort of their homes. As the internet continues to ease day-to-day life, can Nigerians go back to functioning without it?
What are we in actually? The Y2K age. It's all about data, the global village, and you see, I will speak for myself actually here. So I am so addicted to data. I consume virtually about 50 gig every month. And that is not enough actually, yes. So thinking I'm going to be consuming more data as time progresses because we get to download. But I mean, we just depend on the internet because everything we want is in the global the wide world web, right?
It is overwhelming. You understand? I think because I mean when you get to buy data, like you buy monthly and it finishes in 3 hours. You understand? So I think they should have a turnover on how on the data culture, if I may say, in Nigeria. Yes, I think it's overwhelming. They should have more of when you subscribe monthly. You understand? You get to use it for a month and no interception. You understand?
To function without the internet right now, I don't think it's really that possible. For a vast majority of people, I don't think it's possible. It's something that you need. It's a need. It has become a need. So you don't have a choice than to just use the internet.
According to the latest figures released by the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC), about 206 million citizens subscribe to the internet. The internet has become a part of the budget in many homes, just like transportation or food.
Funny enough, there have been situations where I had to make choice between food and data, and actually I chose data. Trust me, yes, I didn't regret it. But it wasn't like, it was just a temporal arrangement, like go to lunch and get data. No, I have to get data because I needed it, yes.
Food.
I can't choose. I need to eat so that the internet will not suffocate me. I can't choose, seriously. I'll go with food.
Based on the responses, the internet will continue to play a major role in the lives of many people and their businesses. Chamun Dabeng, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now for a look at the foreign scene, where at least 15 people have died as clashes broke out in different cities across the Democratic Republic of Congo's turbulent northeastern region. Protests started on Monday as crowds took to the streets of North Kivu's main city, Goma, against MONUSCO, the country's United Nations mission, which they accuse of failing to stop armed groups' decade-old fighting. Demonstrations spread further north in the city of Beni and Butembo. Government spokesman Patrick Muyaya said on Tuesday that 5 people have been killed in Goma, while 7 civilians have been killed in Butembo. The UN says that protesters have violently snatched weapons from the Congolese police and fired at peacekeeping forces. Right now, we will join Adeniyi Ajisafe for sports news.
The Nigerian Chess Federation has confirmed 10 chess players for the 44th Chess Olympia taking place in Chennai, southeastern coast of India from July 28 to August 10, 2022. Nigeria's most rated players are Adebayo Adegboyega, Kihira Bomo, Adkinsheya Abiola, Isaac Okeke, and Balogun Oluwafemi are the male players, while the female team include Ofowino Torishemua, Enoma Emanuela Truss, Onoja Efu Joy, Suleiman Azumi, and Ogbiyoyo Eloho. According to the International Chess Federation, this year's edition recorded an increased number of participating teams from a number recorded in Batumi 2018. In the open section, 2 participating teams have been added from the last edition to make it 187, while 11 teams registered for the women event to make it 162. The 10 players represent Nigeria at the biggest chess competition. And in football, newly crowned Nigerian Professional Football League champions Rivers United have resumed training ahead of the 2022-2023 CAF Champions League qualifying rounds. Rivers United resumed training on Monday evening ahead of ITO Cup and the Champions League, which kicks off soon. Participating teams in the CAF interclub competitions are expected to submit the names of their players on or before the 15th of August 2022. The Pride of Rivers won the MPFL League for the first time in history with 77 points in 38 games to emerge champions and are joined by Plateau United, who came second for CAF Champions League. That's Sport News. I am Adeni Ajishafe.
And that wraps up Trans TV News Hour for tonight. For more news, you can subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Have a good evening.